Mana ye Wanwu TV. Ngejmati Kigalwang. Yub matie kabino. La kelia ye.
Tom International Distributors Limited. Wacharje mi maruam gila mal metiji ganki poro. Nyonyo magi duju ruam gitila mal benda gitiyu mabe. Wanongei Old Kampala, Rashid Kemis Road, Mukwano Mall.
Sam's Crisip oberongira mwera madano weng mare Uganda. Jami pa Sam's timapo likine obero Crisps melayata, Crisps megonja, cookies, odi, berenge kemukene mapola ta. Nong jami pa Sam's Snacks e supermarket duju matilo baman.
For education, you may check on what you can for the program of Megway Rupiny Tin, when for NYAMO TV, and your part Robert Narubi, Jena Piratek, or Diomatin, what take a locum to a JONYO Mawa Aki Dulpa NAFOPHANU. Get take a watch Jim Moguma Piggy Tegukan, Mawachero, UNE, Oberuka Local, opinion, Mr. Raymond, advanced HIV and Oberuganango. Mabene Erogam watching. Advance ni ka ini chiaro CD4 o por pein mano pitika lope kata do doctor wacha no mero bet kwede ni inoni la chien per maramo bino inge CD4 beru pein beru duong chidong kumbero mero mete ki la pein mamegwa. Briefly I was cutting for them trying to give where we had stopped. And the other question someone is going to ask like how does a person living with HIV AIDS get to that level of advanced HIV/AIDS disease?
Okay, as I come to that, you hadn't completed my definition,
yes.
So remember, I'd said adults, adolescents, and children above 5 years. 5 years. Yeah. Now, a person would ask, how about those below 5 years? So those below 5 years, we say that they have advanced HIV disease. Why? Because they haven't yet fully developed. Anything can happen to them. Now, those are children living with HIV. Remember, they're not still breastfeeding, and perhaps their health history hasn't been, smooth or well. So we say children below 5 years are considered to be having advanced HIV disease, even if they are not sick. But why? Because we have to put much attention on children because they are still delicate. Now, going back to the question, how does it happen? Because I mentioned that we are having good medication, people are taking it, and now if the medication is good, why is it happening?
Where is the problem?
Where is the problem? Now, when we start, I'm going to start with the ones that are on medication. When we start taking the medication, we end up feeling better, stronger, and we are doing our normal chores every day. And after some time, we forget where we came from, or we forget the people we've been seeing in a certain situation of slim. Now, the person starts missing medication. Today they take, tomorrow they don't take. When you're interacting with them, they say, I forgot. At times they give themselves a holiday. This medicine is also too much. Now, there's a problem. Time will reach that medicine will stop working for you. And once it stops working, because the overall goal of the ARVs that we swallow is to suppress the virus. And now if the if the ARVs are not suppressing the HIV, it means they are not working for you. And at the end, you are removed from first line to second line, and of which we don't want. Because the more lines you go to, because we have 3 of them, the more lines you go to, the more complicated the medication becomes, and the more expensive. And if people knew that we want everybody to stay on this first line, swallow it well, as you have discussed with your health worker. So the first problem is not swallowing the medication well and in time. The second problem is not starting medication. So many people are still in denial, and many people think that because I'm of this status, like for example, let me give an example of you because we are interacting.
Yeah, we are interacting.
Yes. You say, I'm a TV presenter. How do they know? How do they see me? Swallowing medicine or going in the queue for in the hospital for ARVs? No. Now, you are forgetting that slowly, the virus is eating all your soldiers slowly, and it is replicating. Because whenever it eats one of your soldiers, it produces again more millions of its copies. Now, by the time we get to know that you are living with HIV, it is when you are bedridden. It is when they tell us, you know what? So and so, do you remember guy you are interacting with at the TV station? Yes, that guy has passed on. What is wrong? Yeah, you know, they are telling us the guy has been living with HIV and he refused to take medication. All, if not, we find you bedridden. Now you are having a cocktail, I'm using the word cocktail, of diseases. You're having TB, you're having oral candidiasis. Oral candidiasis, there are those many wounds that
in the throat.
In the throat. Actually, those wounds can move from the mouth
to
the throat, to the stomach, up to the anus. Yes, those wounds can be even the lining of the intestines. And the person, whatever they eat, they say, I'm dying.
My stomach.
So the person is having diarrhea. So that's why I've used the word cocktail of diseases. And we do not want people to go into that scenario.
Loka Mr. Raymond, tieni ngoma kelo advanced HIV disease. Ne gen matima yeni polkare dano kom gibero let. Ka kom gilet wigi willo no mergi munyat. Onyo mukena bene tima gi munyo yat. Eto kidika kitika munyo yat pegilobo chiek padakta. Tiene bolo, dire bolo. Owero ka ini munyo yat nuchu ma pegilobo chiek padakta. O kamo kumidao gen maklo body turns beru genaklo lemon drug resistance. PM yat petika munyo mabe. Tuo ongie kumi. Donc tuo ngi ke kwenyo ke level mi achil ke chwele level mi adi mi ario. Ke a ke level mi ario ke teri level mi adek. And according to him, what ni gen mirgitine everyone no mirdoi a level mi achil. Kai bini level mi ario, it is expensive and also complicated. Ka de chere level mi adek dong right loy weng. PM weng bino yat mango ma pat level 1, level 2, level 3. Their recommendation is stick to level 1. Adhere to the principle. Take your medication as prescribed by the doctor. PM konyi minyang onyomi yupo moch kumi wako bet mabe. O bolo la bolo waje mbedu chalo yo. Ka impe tika monyo yat. Mitu ojonyo. Onyo etika wene kichele. Bedu chalo potholes iyo. Vu kwenye matiri. Ini nero chi weyo. Dire maja wote mete pia mutaka karki ye moch kumi mon matiene sales mon noktika chamne ara dire kelo vu mukane punctures aromatica creating in a long run affects the whole body system magian pegemero donc kay no ni tiku maro la chien no donc mata fale komituo chama weng inde chako beru ki cocktail ingene cocktail oberu chania pacham kita yang macam ko ni ne tiki ngo kenye tiki ngo ero mila bolle ma ero bol cocktail patuo itiki tuo duoni weng no tuo chamo itiki TB itiki malaria itiki tuo charu tuo weng ti doi kom ina chele kira madaro wi poni no inita jobel kapita no iti marach kibiro kipeni ai nero la rubi ya yang no ti TV do ruenyo ti kwe ya nye dong pe ngomo time because po beru ka following gimone make waji irne and that is where the problem is. Now any briefly get ma Raymond oberu ka wachi de kan ma amir po wi ni photo tika lokum program me dueko to JONYO Uganda ma nakele oberu NAFOPHANU.
Actually, there's something I wanted to add on.
Yes.
I like the example you gave. You had gone to the other side, but I realized you were talking about a road that starts with a small pothole, and then because we do not want that. What also brings about our roads getting spoiled? Our roads, I don't mean now the roads, these physical roads. I mean your immunity.
Immunity system.
The immunity or the immune system. We have alcohol abuse. People drink excessively. And we are seeing this in the rural areas. They drink excessively, they smoke excessively, and we know very well that smoking weakens the lungs. And you remember they used to tell us that smoking brings about TB. And you know why they would say so? Yes, it doesn't, but because the lungs are weakened, they are weak. It is easy for TB now to get the lungs. Alcohol affects the immunity terribly. And we've seen such people from rural areas, once any slight infection or disease puts them down. And now if you have a condition that compromises your immunity, and that is HIV, at the same time you drink excessively, it affects your immunity terribly.
Gen ma eno mere wi kanya wachine gen mu kana matima yelo dana ma tek to pol kara ki nero dana ma no tiki to JONYO ka oberu ka rote to iloke matoko wero udwoko kero padano ngara chela chel chi noni gen miyo tamni gwake mabe no mero bene ke nene ke dwako ketma ke maro kwede lokpako. I wanted to ask you a question. Can we say all people living with HIV/AIDS are at risk of getting advanced HIV disease? And if yes, why? I will answer in two prong again. A yes, no, or a yes?
A yes and a no.
Okay.
The fact that they are living with HIV, they are at risk of diseases. But if they are keeping to what I'm going to talk about,
yes,
not all of them are at risk. Remember, we have individuals who are in relationships where they've not disclosed, and the person does not swallow medication when the partner is there. And perhaps maybe the person hides the medication under the chair or under the bed, but that day the spouse is not getting out of the bed, and the time has come for them to swallow the medication, and now they don't have any way of picking it. Two, there are some of us, because they do not want to be known that they are swallowing medication, they keep their medication in toilets. There was a gentleman who would keep the tin on the roof between the roof and that timber, just in the middle, and that nobody anyway literally would again look up in the toilet and the roof of the toilet. But the medication wasn't safe because sun on top of the roof all the time, so it means the person would take medication which is already spoiled, and perhaps is taking medication, rather poison, or if medication that has lost its potent, or
even contaminated.
Exactly. So that person is at a higher risk. We are all at risk, by the way, but there are those that are at a higher risk of getting advanced HIV disease. I've talked about all those, and also the environment we are in. We realize that people who live in those sort of congested environment, they have more contamination. So the hygiene is very, very important, and we realize that without good hygiene, they frequently get diarrhea, and also malaria frequently, which again compromises the immunity. And at the end of it all, you realize that they frequent the facility, the health facility, and they're also health-wise not looking healthy. Yeah.
Pero matia ayeni kata Raymond tika wachukere ni polkara ke nero dano matike tuo kero pa tuo ro metekining ro biro iyo achiel keta no inu monyo ke yat iro beti in pe waji ngat ma in beru kwede ot ni in tike tuo ero ka in pe waji ngar mo ni in tike tuo la chien etika meto gwak monyo yat ketika e gwak te kom ento ngat eno bere te kom cheo ni mo yaro karo mi ario ikero yar te pilo ngata in beru kwede ni in pe waji ni tike tuo imiero monyo yat tingo ite pilo dong pe ro mo kwanya yat mini mire timgo mire chemonyo kidong mo kene kama ki gwak ye yat ngar mo ne kumelet o mi la bol ni chero gwak yar choron ini gwak yar dan choron well a ro chero kunu ka nyoma na ento pabi kero chunya ka den ngoma tingo i dan choron ente choron ma ini kere yate leone ti la kwe ko mi achiel inone i chieng ma wanki ma ake maro tika donya ti i wibari chanyo wibari tika affect ma ini tika ngo me tika monyo ne ki wayni en ni bene balo kero padano mi monyo yat o wego la chien luor en ni kelu jimi mogo matino mano aduki ne piramo beru bete twal e kom in mane tika tuo jonyo genmo kene ma waromo penyu doctor maybe in summary or briefly can advanced HIV disease be detected? And if yes, what do we do?
Yeah, it can. I'm going to answer that while also telling you some of the ways of preventing
it. Yes.
Yeah, advanced HIV disease can be detected easily. One, we need to first of all to be vigilant. Those living with HIV, what do I mean by being vigilant? Anything that happens on your health, please report it to the your health worker. Please go and access medical attention in time. You know, many of us tend to like say, I'll be fine. I know this is just small, I'll be fine. Don't underestimate, and I repeat, don't underestimate an illness. However small it might appear, please seek medical attention. So we are having testing services everywhere. Let people go and test. So the earlier we know, the better. So early detection is very, very critical. So meaning early diagnosis. So the earlier you know, the better. Secondly, go for prophylaxis. Prophylaxis, I mean prevention. People living with HIV are given some form of preventive therapy to prevent TB from occurring. Like in Uganda, we give isoniazid. There are those small tablets to prevent us from getting TB. And also when you are assessed and the doctors feel that you are at risk of getting cryptococcal, perhaps they give you fluconazole to prevent you from, those are prevention. But again, we keep on telling people that keep the hygiene still in prevention. Keep the hygiene, eat well. I don't mean eat chips, chicken, but let us eat the available local foods, and more especially vegetables. Frying food doesn't mean that that is good eating well. No, let's eat local available foods, and we eat them in boil to keep the nutrient. And number 3, if you are living with HIV, you have to go for own your health. Nobody is living for you. The time you see your health worker or a doctor is very minimal. Like 30 minutes, interfacing the health worker. Like not even 30, 10 minutes, you are off. So own your life, own your health. If they've not done your viral load for some time, remind your doctor that, doctor, you know what? You've not taken my viral load for some time now. It is beyond a year. The doctor will say, oh, okay. And if you have been sick previously, also tell your health worker that, you know what, doctor, I've been sick, I'd gone for medication somewhere else, but I feel I need to do a CD4 count test. The doctor will say, oh, okay, let's do it. So we call those routine tests. We need to go for the routine tests, monitoring tests. And finally, it is treatment, adherence to treatment. Adherence to treatment means sticking to the treatment plan. The treatment plan includes taking your medication in the right time and the right medication. And secondly, agree on the time. And also, if you're having issues with your spouse or you've not disclosed, it will affect your adherence. Talk to counselors to support you. Disclose your status. It is very, very important. As NAFOPHANU, we are trying as much as we can to do treatment literacy. And yeah, as we are interacting, we are also giving treatment literacy to our viewers. So if you are a knowledgeable patient, I'm not using the word patient in the context of being sick. But for lack of a better word, let me use the word patient. If you are knowledgeable, it means you know what to do, when, how, and where. And why. That is very important. Why am I doing it? And lastly, I talk about alcohol or substance abuse. These alter or drug abuse. These alter the performance of our medication. So try to weigh to leave and to take alcohol. I know you can stay without that alcohol. Somebody can say, ha ha ha, if I leave alcohol, I'll die. Some of us have left alcohol, we've not died. Yeah? And many people are happy when they are not drinking. So please don't lie to yourself that you won't be happy when you are not drinking. And lastly, I say be vigilant. In English, the health workers call it pharmacovigilance. When you are living with your health, you look at yourself, anything you see a change on your body, or anything you feel that is not really normal to you, the way you were previously, please talk to your health worker. However, even if they've given you, these days we give ARVs for quite a number of months, up to 6 months. And we are telling you that even if you picked your ARVs yesterday and today you are not well, please go back to that health facility and talk to your health worker that, you know what, in the night I was feeling dizzy, I was feeling bad, I was vomiting. So that's what we call vigilance. So be very vigilant about your life, and please take charge. And also to the entire community. I know we are not only speaking to people living with HIV only, but also to the entire community. Please spread love. If you realize that your colleague is living with HIV, remember we are all living with HIV. For example, we are in this studio here, there are a number of us here, and if I'm living with HIV, you're not living with HIV, and maybe the rest are not living with HIV, and I'm living with it, and we all live, and you now with me in the same space, and we all
ecosystem is the same.
Hey, and we all living now with HIV. So we are all living with HIV, and let's support our colleagues to take their medication. Let's support our colleagues to live healthy and better. And if they need financial support, let us render that support. Let us spread love, not hate.
My guest briefly Mare Morbere watching Ningoma in Ramatimane Bay, Minan, Nuatio, Koko Matia, on your Permatica Bino, Malopeke, Locum to Jonyo. A penyo, Kaino, Mirnano, Kai Romanian, Kamaperati ye, Kidon Kit Makaramatio, the permanent prevention measures. Enter again my Aramio or Mio an overview of a whole lot of things. Mangini, Jomonera program man, Ongema Bay, Mia Chel. Taking personal responsibility. Any kumi ka any guaro chingare money mane guaro. Mergen self-care, self-love. It's all about you. In it where Meromia begin appear te why lokum cham I chamo kining I beru kining I guake kining meri chama be penny meri cham rio cham greens board do vogage katie you are in. That is all what we want. Kibelo dong dek matie wache boiled food. Peke chel dek achela chawen kerama tedu dek mene ke bole mere pi yenyu manok chi kirwen ano inero ngoma tie gen mum ken mo eno waju ma pira tek ma tamle waji ni lokka ko chawa weng mero nego mata fale komi ko is alcoholism wa wego konywa wa beru dan ma be para mo wachi jim waju weng ento gen mu giro kwede wachi ka enemy ma petie gi mom of dit e will ma loyal ma any love endlessly, love without expecting. Give to whoever deserves the love. That is what they will feel because it's inclusion. No again they're being accepted into the community, and that is how we can solve this problem. Metuo Jonyo. Ginapira Tech. Somebody would say, Doc, how do we find NAFOPHANU?
Okay. Yeah, like I said, NAFOPHANU has structures in all districts. Please find NAFOPHANU in that particular district you are in. For example, if you are in Gulu, you'll find Gulu District PLHIV Forum or Forum of People Living with HIV. You'll find it there. If you are in Sorority, actually wherever you are. And if you need to talk to us, you can go through probably there are numbers that were given, and I can also give you my personal number. If you need counseling, if you need a person to talk to, and you feel you can't talk to anybody but you want to talk to somebody, I'm always available.
Please share your number, please.
On 07, I'm going to give you two numbers, 0782 728084, 0782 728084, or Airtel, which is 0702 728084, 0702 728084. Well, if you want to meet me personally, you can call and find me at NAFOPHANU in Mengo on Sentema Road, or I can reach you wherever you are, or you can call me and then I call you back at any time.
Now, it's very critical information. Ginapira Tech is contact. Most of the time, people need love. The love you get is by talking to someone. Peer-to-peer networking is very important because you get to share personal information, personal issues, and you also get feedback, which is very critical. Now, Kayatika Neno, One TV, Udikumatin, and you want to touch base with NAFOPHANU, Wabimi toll-free line Mamegi Tejero. Chim my goyo labon airtime. Minono to reach NAFOPHANU. Counseling, advice, guidance. Gimoy ken memunyo. Irama nongogi is 0, aboro, 0, 0, achiel, 0, 0, adek, 0. Kilemono, if you really need to reach out to NAFOPHANU, you can call on their toll-free line, which is 0800 100 330. That is it. You can also find them on social media, all their platforms, Facebook, Twitter, it's NAFOPHANU. And then on Facebook, National Forum for People Living with HIV Network Uganda. In the studio, Mr. Raymond, your last word of remark to the people. 1 minute, we are off air.
Wow. Thank you very much. I'm also very much delighted to speak to a community. I know there's a community listening to us, but remember, good health starts with you. So have a positive mind. Think good about yourself before you think good about for others. So think good about yourself. Stay positive and always stay focused. You will reach there. I wish you all the best and God bless you for me. Please don't hesitate. Reach out to me. I'll talk to you.
Man bernon kelwa ya gikipa program man motino modik matin amerafoyo Emma Quero, Banya Collins, Kidong Omega Madit, Cloud Omona mi producing program man. Udiko ubenbe program kana take a beno.
Yup mai beru kaneno ne lekelia ye
Sam's Crisip obengira mwera madano weng mare Uganda. Jami pa Sam's timapo likine obero Crisits melayata, Crisits megonja. cookies, odi, berenge kemukene mapola ta. Nong jame pa Sam's Snacks e supermarket duju matilo baman. Sam's Snacks, no apora mamite.